niestety nie zdążę się sam przetłumaczyć. Prezentacja mob is great. Mob Meta Object Protocol. To jest coś, co jest ukryte w Perlu i zwykle nie zdajemy sobie sprawy z istnienia tego. To jest możliwość operowania obiektów, tworzenia ich, dostania się do środka. To jest taki low level zupełnie. Nam to przykrywa Perl troszeczkę, to się nazywa Plain Old Perl. Ale mamy miły wrapper w postaci Muse, który się stał już standardem od paru lat, w którym tworzyć obiekty i zarządzać nimi możemy w ładniejszy sposób. Mamy ten has, który tak de facto nie jest jakimś keywordem, to jest po prostu zwykła jakaś funkcja, która nam ładnie tu wrapuje. To nie ma żadnej magii. Jak chcemy mieć magię i trochę inną składnię, możemy sobie użyć moves. To jest takie rozszerzenie. W tym wypadku składnik. Mamy nowe słowa kluczowe. Class, has chyba w tym momencie też jest keyword, a nie po prostu jakimś tylko funkcją. O, to jest błąd, zamiast słów powinien być metod. Mamy tu jeszcze metod, mamy też możliwość parametrów Perlu 5.18 jeszcze, bo w 5.20 pamiętamy, że signatures są już dostępne, starszych nie, możemy użyć mopsa. I mamy jeszcze eksperymentalne, bardzo, bardzo eksperymentalne use mop. To jest tak eksperymentalne, że nawet w spanie nie mogę. Ale bardzo fajne jest, bo dodatkowo, oprócz tego co mops nam dawał, mamy jeszcze dodatkowo nową składnię has, gdzie po has mamy $, wykrzyknik, nazwa zmiennej, is, to jest trade, a następnie przypisanie na przykład defaultowej wartości, czyli bardzo nam się skraca w porównaniu do poprzedniego slajdu składnia. To zmienne możemy później użyć w danej klasie, także eksplicitnie nie trzeba tu żadnych wywoływania metod robić, to się robi automatycznie. Dzięki temu także można używać operatorów, a nie zagłębiać się z tym self coś tam. Jak to się instaluje? Tak to się instaluje. One-linery też działają. Jak widać, możemy sobie przetestować naszego one-linera. To jest opis z manuala. Class, coś tam, extend, nazwa, with, to jest do aplikacji role. Is, trade. Ten is jest ciekawą właśnie rzeczą, bo to is możemy sami sobie rozszerzać. Czyli na przykład wbudowany mamy RW, RO, to nam definiuje dla atrybutu jakieś już akcesory, czyli writer, setter, setter, getter, lazy, tu podobnie jak w Muse, weakref też podobnie jak w Muse, required, to znaczy jak jest explicite, tworząc obiekt nie zainicjujemy go, to nam się wywali. A to jest przykład mojego traita, bo te traity RW konkretnie to on był zawsze tutaj. Ja sobie zrobiłem, to jest przykład z GitHub, z Gista, można sobie podrzugowy zobaczyć, że RW przyniosłem stąd i w tym momencie już nie muszę powtarzać 50 razy is RW, is RW, is RW, tylko po prostu dla klasy takiego traita robiłem. Przykład jak to działa. L-value, czyli po prostu zamiast robić setter, getter osobny, po prostu używam wywołania takiej funkcji tej metody, więc także operatory będą działać. Wszystko za pomocą traita L-value. Działa to z enkapsulacją, czyli jest zachowana enkapsulacja, nic tam się nie dzieje tam jakoś szkodliwe dla programowania obiektowego. Static, czyli mogę sobie zdefiniować zmienną, którą mogę sobie inicjować bez inicjacji samego obiektu. Alias, czyli definiuję sobie aliasa dla klasy. Jak to działa w środku? No ten mod nam daje te fajne API. Jeszcze fajniejsze niż Muse. Więc to jest przykład, jak to dokładnie te trait RO, mój własny, działa. Tu używa jakiś tam już gotowy, ale no, tutaj ten jest dla klasy. Także cofam się na początek. To jest prezentacja, jak ktoś się zainteresował. dostosowany linkami do kodów źródłowych. No, dziękuję.
Hi, my name is Radek. I drove here from Kielce today. For those who might not know, Kielce is halfway between Krakow and Warsaw. I'll be talking a little bit about rules in Class 6, but a little bit about European geography now. This is a recording of Jonathan's talk from last year. You can find interesting information that this talk was given at first Dutch Perl workshop in Warsaw last year. I have a few hypotheses where the confusion might be coming from. One of the hypothesis is that when you walk out from that building, there was only one car there. It was a Toyota Prius with a Dutch registration. Okay, a little bit about regexes now. What drives the complexity of matching regexes in Perl 5? These are the back references, because if you were talking about regular expressions in mathematical sense, we can match them linearly if we have enough memory basically to build the deterministic automaton. Now if we have back references, it takes exponential time. It's an NP complete problem. There is a nice proof of 3-sat reduction on Perl overside, and it implicates use of backtracking. And look behind assertions complicate things even more. It's even more exponential because you don't consume the output, and some experimental features even add the undecidability to the problem, because you can put everything you want into the code assertions, and some code assertions will never finish. And if you have the look at Perl Apocalypse document, you probably know what the deficiencies of Perl 5 were. Some complaints were about readability, some complaints were about how the regexes blend into the language itself. In Perl 6 rules, we have lots of nice features like name captures, simpler notifications for not capturing groups, a lot of new character classes, and things like set operations on character classes. But the big things, you have in rules you can reference one rule from another. Everything is parsed, is lexically analyzed and parsed using the same lexers, parsers. You have support for parsing expression grammars, which is why I started playing with Perl 6. You have very powerful backtracking and matching control, and code assertions can really fail, which is a very powerful tool if you combine that with regexes. Now, parsing expression grammars are a little bit like context-free grammars, but they tell you how to parse words, not how to produce them, which is more practical if you're thinking about building parsers. In parsing expression grammars, you have negative and positive look-ahead assertions, which give you big expression power, and recognize pegs, if I can use an abbreviation like that. It can be done in linear time if you have enough memory. If you don't, I think it takes quadratic time. Rakudo comes from practical things. Rakudo comes with a JSON parser, which is implemented in Perl 6 rules, and Perl 6 grammar naturally can also be expressed in Perl 6 rules. Why I started playing with this, and that's my reason for why I'm interested in Perl 6 now, at least theoretically, is that I'm working with I've been fixing tools in Java that work with data enrichment, and I have my bunch of Perl 5 code, imperative Perl code, and I've been playing with the idea of rewriting that same stuff in a declarative way. So if you think how people, for example, describe books if they sell it on eBay or Allegro, they put something about the author, they put something about the title in different order using different characters, and it really takes hundreds of lines of imperative code to describe, to parse that. It can be really nicely done with a grammar, with a PH grammar, and code assertions. So for example, you have a rule name, and then name is something that looks like a word, but you want to check it in a hash if it's really a recognized first name. And then if you have the grammar, you basically have a parser that is generated by the grammar. So you just run the parser, and you have the parse tree. And it's really nice structure because you have the parse tree and you know what started, at which position, what was exactly matched. And if you cannot figure out why something didn't match, you just use grammar tracker tracer, and then it shows you where it failed, when it matched, so you can really debug it. And if it doesn't work exactly like you want, you can use backtracking control, say when you want to cut, when you want to have overlapping matches and so on. So it's really nice. That's it. Thanks.
Używać Perla because I had a problem and I need a tool for my solution. Oslo is the place where you are working, Donatello, yeah, with Carl?
No.
No? Oh,
Sweden. Occasionally Oslo.
Oh, okay, no way. This is some kind of article in Wikipedia, in English Wikipedia, and we got here on the right side an info box. The place where are many different kind of information, like city density and ethnic groups and so on and so on and so on. And the same information are really on the Polish Wikipedia. How are they connected? They are connected by the InterWiki. It's on the left side, right here. When you see the languages, you can check. You can click just right here and go from English to Polish version and for any other. And my problem was I want to translate from English Wikipedia to Polish Wikipedia. Not only the whole article, but just the infobox. W infoboxie mamy takie najważniejsze jakieś parametry i to było coś, co można było sparsować najłatwiej w Perlu. I teraz, kiedy klikamy edytuj na Wikipedię, dostaniemy coś, co się nazywa wikikodem, wikiskriptem i ten infobox wygląda dokładnie w tej formie i on, no co, on aż się prosi, żeby go wziąć, sparsować, żeby wziąć to population, skopiować i wkleić do polskiej Wikipedii, gdzie tego infoboxu brakowało. I właśnie tak około 2007 roku udało mi się napisać takiego bota, the bots on the Wikipedia write many articles. For example, now we got more than 1 million of articles in Polish Wikipedia, but several years ago there was people were trying to reach the 1,000 article, yeah? And who wrote this article? A bot. It was automatic article about some kind of city or a village. Okay. Możemy nie tylko brać tutaj oczywiście parsowanie jakichś takich informacji o miastach, czy o jakichś takich, które mają usystematyzowane dane, jest dosyć proste, ale można brać na przykład filmy, które jak wiadomo co chwilę pojawia się jakiś nowy, tutaj jest jakiś film science fiction i wystarczy sobie analogicznie wejść do infoboxu, zobaczyć kto w nim grał, pozyskać jakieś informacje, na przykład kiedy został film wydany, jaką ma długość, coś takiego. Można przerobić to w Perlu i wkleić do polskiej Wikipedii. No, to jest tylko pomysł, o którym chciałem Wam krótko wspomnieć, o różnych innych problemach czy innych.
A grabujesz po HTTP czy z dumpa leci?
Nie, biorę wikikod.
Czy z dumpa?
No z dumpa, tak. Okay, that's all. Who's next? Frogs, you are.
So, okay. We learned today that there is some sort of interest in games for Perl 5, but or for Pro, but it's not enough. And I want to show what is already there. See, that's the blog post from 2011 from the Perl game dev group. which consisted of like 4 people or so, and we did something nice. It was a Perl game contest, which meant we had in March 2011, we had everybody who was in this contest had to make a game every week. Just a short game, some card game or something else, but every week a game in March, which would be 4 games, and for 4 people it would be afterwards 16 games to have on CPAN. So we had, for example, some sort of just simple games where you have to press your keyboard buttons pretty quick, like playing a keyboard in this case, to some sort of music. We had some early Arcanoid clones where you can fly around and have to shoot these or collect these colored tiles. Also, there is I almost can't see it. It's an Arcanoid clone which really looks like the original. You have these lined asteroids, and you have to destroy them, and they go to tiles and fly around and are shorter and can hit you. And you have proper physics in this game. Also, there is a nice game which has proper physics. It's the sun in the middle. You have a small spaceship which is in the gravity field of the sun, and you have to shoot your enemy, which can also be controlled by another player on another keys on your keyboard. And you have to shoot at each other, but must take care that you not fall into the sun. There were also, this is just a reflex game where we have to push the button pretty quick when it flashes. This is just an animation. This is an early attempt to have some sort of jump run. You can't do anything but run on this endless map. There was also a snake game, of course. This is like, I don't know, it's oh, Wheel of Fortune, yeah, of course. You may know it. You have a sort of a dictionary, and it does the rest automatically for you. What? No.
Does it say porn?
No. You might even know him. Michael Dorn.
Oh, right.
Yeah, of course. This is awesome. This is called Saving Soup. It's like Frogger. You have to go to the other side and collect the sweetie, and you have very nice music and very nice sound effects. It's awesome. This is the starting image. This I don't know. This is you have to redirect the traffic to go to the green light, and only then you get points. Otherwise, you lose points. This is Bubble Breaker. I did that. So you have to double click, for example, the blue balls, and all of them that are connected vanish. And the more they vanish, the more points you get. And I think, okay, this is like, yeah, exactly. You have to press the right buttons when they flow to the top. This is an endless map where we have to go to the right. There you have to cut wires to not explode something or so. And also, a game that I made for a German Perl magazine that's had its last edition, I think, this year, which stopped. This is pretty easy to do because it's like 450 lines of code. Perl. The rest does the SDL module for you, like dragging cards, for example, or the stack of cards. You don't have to do much to get that. And you even have some sort of animation when you let's say, yeah, there would be animations that the cards flow to the up when we hit the correct card for the ace, for example, or not ace. So yeah, there is a lot of stuff for Perl when it comes to games. Yeah, just have to hook in and have fun. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Hello everyone. My name is Paweł Szymczak. I'm from Warsaw. In fact, I'm also a junior PLP developer, but I'm also a junior game developer. And for this 5 minutes, I would like to tell you about some basics of 3D game development. But in fact, this will be in 4.5 minutes. So, first principle is there is no 3D for computers. There is no such thing. We can only imitate 3D by 2D. And how to display things on the screen? In fact, we can do this by taking one pixel and colorize it. So in fact, we could take one screen and change each pixel, give some color, and after several thousand of iteration, we can have one frame. But we can have also matrices. We don't have to do operations by changing each pixel one by one. We can put all our screen into one big matrix, and let's say that for our first pixel will be black, and this will be in the first iteration. Next iteration, we want to change only one pixel. We don't have to change all pixels and compute everything from the beginning. For 3D games, we can do this also with. We can also put objects into matrix. So, for example, we can say that cat has some place in our system, but this is only done with matrices. So, for computer doesn't know that it has some place in area. It knows only some numbers. Okay. So now I would like to tell you about some basic flow of pipeline of a game, 3D game. And at the beginning, of course, we need to create a window. Then we need to initialize 3D handles. So for DirectX, this would be Direct 3D. For OpenGL, something else. After we have this, we can finally load our assets. So we can load models, textures, and etc. Of course, when we have this, we can finally start our loop. And this is very important in the game development, as we are not event-driven. We want to have our program run all the time, and we don't care about other processes. In our loop, we have only 3 points. First, we want to gather all inputs. And in this step, we only put some flags that one button was pressed or not. In next step, we want to update all our objects accordingly to what we had in input. In this step, we want to compute all matrices of all objects. And at the end, we want to render this, to put this onto screen. And this is the most difficult part in 3D game development. Because at the beginning, we need to compute local space. So we have this cat, we have matrix of this cat. We need to somehow move it to a different place, or rotate it, or scale it. Then we need to transform this towards space. To move this object together with other which are already on the world area. After that, we want to put also camera, so view space. Then we want to do a backface culling. So this is to remove parts which are not visible. Lightning, so colorize our pixels. Clipping, so remove objects which are not visible. Projection, so this is a part when we transform our 3D objects to 2D objects. Then we have viewport space, so to transform our already rendered, somehow rendered image to fit our screen. At the end step is rasterization, so to make all colors nice and beautiful, let's say. And this is done. But in fact, this is only fixed pipeline, very simple. But because we also have shaders, and shaders uses GPU, so we can compute all matrices directly on GPU, and this is a very efficient way of doing this. So now you know how to do 3D game developer. Go make games and of course in Perl. Thank you.
I'll start otherwise. Hi, my name is Michał Górski. I'm developer in Postbit company from Gdynia. I wanted to just present you my project, commercial project, which is fully developed in Perl. This is also some kind of, that speech is some kind of answer for the speech that Getty gave to us 1 year ago and told to us, hey guys, you've got so many nice tools in Perl, let's build some commercial applications also, yes, because we are losing, let's say, competition with other script languages, for example, such like Python, yes. With my friend we decided to build an application for the point of sale. So point of sale is just a point of sale in the store, yes? So we take, you know the sound, we take that mini computer from the Intel company, which is not very strong because it's Celeron 900 with 1 gigabyte of RAM memory, and we decided that we build an embedded system, and we are going to base our software on Perl, yes, because there are two features which is needed for a point of sale system. One, it has to be very fast, because no one likes lines in the store, yes, and it has to be reliable, always, yes, because the store have to sell, yes. So we did that. This is quite unfortunately, I guess, some technical problems. Okay. Just wait a minute. What more? This is the embedded system. So we look for that just as a system. We give all the software. We have our own live system on the USB stick that allows the owner or the manager of the store to connect and to export any data from that brick, let's say.
Co, jakiś gotowy Linux jest?
This was a question about the distribution. We are basing on Debian distribution, but it is our, let's say, our own remake of that. Yes. Unfortunately, I would like you to play directly the video stream from the box, but there is no HDMI cable. So just wait a minute. As basically we are using RxVT terminal and Cursor library to display graphics. Why? Because it's fast. Because the people who are used to work in that environment likes it. Because it's simple. Yes, I will just show you a few things. It's somehow a sophisticated system. Okay, 1 minute left, because it has many, let's see, reports and other features. This is the main window. This is just Windows for sale. So I want to sell something called number 1. Yes, just with some some nice features that our customers love our system for that. Yes, I will just show you our solution for our search engine, which we are using. This is an application of the product list. Yes, so show me every product which quantity in the stock is more than 0, yes, and has something international, let's say, Marl in the name, yes, and this is in Poland, and the price is more than 10 zlotys, yes. Oh, and maybe price less than 20 zlotys, yes. And the EAN code, let's not start with 59. Ah, nothing, okay? Yes, everything is written in Perl, everything, yes. Or maybe, but I don't want to go, yes? Minus gold. And some other stuff and many other features. If you have any question, my time is out, so thank you very much.
Hello everybody, my name is Piotr Wyszatycki. Pracuję w korporacji Orange. Korporacje mają to do siebie, że blokują wszystko. Trudno wyjść do internetu, wiadomo, internet zło, Facebook is evil. Pracownik nie może nawet się połączyć do GitHuba. Masakra. Serwer produkcyjny kompletnie po prostu brak sieci. To co robię, wykorzystuję Perla do hakowania zabezpieczeń w korporacjach. Konkretnie potrzebuję, use case jest taki, mam serwer jakiś z Linuxem, na nim chcę odpalić proxy serwer, zamiast jakichś tam squidów, cudów wykorzystuję Perla. Warunki startowe, tak? Mam kompilator, certyfikaty w ogóle te znane, żeby WGET działał. I jeżeli potrzebuję SSL-a, nie zawsze potrzebuję SSL-a, no to wtedy jeszcze wiadomo biblioteki do SSL-a. Zaczynam od perbru, tak? Można wykorzystać systemowego, ale jednak perbru, własny per to własny per, prawda? Trochę na boku jest. Instaluję w ten sposób. No, to będzie dłużej niż 5 minut w tytule, bo perbru jednak to działa może z 10. No zależy, jak jest szybka maszyna, to i 5 nawet wystarczy. Czyli ściągam gdzieś tam po prostu albo z internetu, albo z pendrive'a, jak nie mam rzeczywiście tutaj tej możliwości. Peruse. To jest mój skrypt na trwanie. To jest nakładka na perduru. Po prostu to mnie zawsze denerwowało, że nie mogę użyć perduru w linii poleceń, po prostu żeby jedno polecenie tylko zadziałało. Albo po prostu odpalić shella i żeby to jakoś lepiej działało. No więc ja Peruse używam. On się automagicznie instaluje w Homebin i działa. Więc jak już jestem w tym Peruse, odpalę tam, tak, to kolejny krok cpan minus, tak, czyli cpan.us instaluję i podstawowe moduły, no to te oraz to po to, żeby DNS-y działały, znaczy może inaczej, że jak DNS nie działa, bo w korporacyjnej sieci wiadomo, nawet DNS może nie działać, to wpisuję WTC hosty, tak, any event ignoruje TC hosts. Ignoruje. On zaczyna zawsze od internetu i DNS-a i się wszystko wiesza. Po to napisałem coś takiego, żeby oszukać any eventa i on w tym momencie korzysta z etc host, jak Bóg przykazał, a nie jak se autor wymyślił. Plug, proxy request, on instaluje od razu jakieś tam dodatkowe moduły. Starlight to jest najlżejszy serwer PSGI. Najlżejszy, bo nie wymaga żadnych binarnych modułów XS-ów, nic po prostu. I też się forkuje. No i ostatni moduł to jakbym chciał mieć HTTPS-a ewentualnie. Tak? To jest cały skrypt do proxy serwera. Więcej go nie ma, bo nie potrzeba. Z tym, że jedna linijka jest tylko potrzebna, po to jak chcę mieć SSL. Jak nie potrzebuję SSL-a, mogę to sobie zignorować. Jak mam dostęp do sieci, to nawet sobie od razu gotowca jak widzicie gista wrzucam, po co się tam męczyć wpisując, na serwer, do którego nie ma dostępu po na przykład sieci. Jeżeli mam screena zainstalowanego, mogę nawet ten później proxy PSGI, który sobie instaluję w Homebinie, odpalić nawet z cronDuba tak ładnie, po prostu, że nawet nie potrzebuję etc i automatycznie startuje. Jak go używam potem tego proxy? No właśnie tak. No jeżeli jest na 8.8.8, no to oczywiście mi po prostu HTTP proxy te zmienne trzeba ustawić. Pach. Sprawdzam, działa pięknie. No to co jeszcze mogę z tym zrobić? dodatkowe moduły do placka, które logują mi cały ruch z nagłówkami gdzieś do pliku, cache'ują, czyli mam na przykład proxy cache dla apt-geta, request headers, mogę podmieniać nagłówki, które wchodzą, wychodzą, albo użyć taki moduł, którego już zapomniałem rzucić na cpana, który anonimizuje mi, że w ogóle w tym momencie końcówka nie wie, że wychodzę przez jakieś proxy i na przykład podmieniam coś tam. W ten sposób można wygrywać różne gry w internecie grupy serwerów. Co mam do zrobienia? No zapakować to chyba wszystko w jedną binarkę, tak żeby nie instalować tego po prostu tych modułów przez cpan Linuxa. Dziękuję.
I'm sorry. I know. Goes away from my time. Stupid thing. What are you looking at? 1 minute less. I've been talking to some people today about finding a job, and since I have been hiring people, 1994, Liz and I were the first website provider in the Netherlands. We were the first people in the Netherlands building websites. And there we are. And in the course of something like 6 years, I've hired something like 70 people, and I fired some as well. There we are. Okay, so you want a job at a nice company. Cost just 1 minute. Have a look at it. You have to prepare yourself. If you want to have a job somewhere and you know it now, take a couple of months to prepare yourself. If you're rejected, you need to wait at least another year before you can try again at the same company. Otherwise they say, yeah, we've just have seen you. Be sure you know enough about Perl to be of interest to them. If you don't know enough Perl, they have to go to train you. That might make you less interesting. Or if you know a lot of Python or PHP, and it's that type of company, you may have a bit of luck, but replace Perl with Python or PHP. Have some examples of your code. Be proud of that code. Be sure that other people be part of your code as well. Before that, read some books as well. Know about security issues. You are mostly embarrassed when they say, that line here, if you do that, people can break into your code. You don't want that, because they might not hire you. Be up to date about what's happening in Perl. Join a Perl Mongo group and go there. Work on modules in cpan, log, publish, etc., etc. Okay, I will work on these separately. Okay, join a Mongo group. Listen to the presentations and speak. Tell them what you did. Give presentations yourself so you are used to speak to people. And help with the organization of meetings like that, and this one. The next year, help with the Polish Perl workshop. cpan. You use cpan modules yourself. Test them. Why I'm saying this? Because it makes you visible. They will be able to find you, your name, on the internet. If you're not findable, you're not interesting. So file bug reports, send in patches, submit and implement feature requests, and make your own modules in cpan at some point. Publish. There's a lot of ways to publish. Make yourself findable. Yeah? If they're looking for Jonathan Worthington, there's a big list of Jonathan Worthington to be found. If they're looking for Liz Matthijssen, buff, list. Look for yourself. If you have not done this, where are you? Speak. Go to meetings and give at least a lightning talk like this one. You too, Marek. Go to a hackathon at some point. Be productive. Don't just say, I'm here to help, tell me what to do, because... No, know what you're going to do there. Help somebody or ask people to help you. Because after that, they come to speak about you that, okay, that person is okay. Be a developer. Be a member of a team of developers. Dancer, Catalyst, Modulicious, cpan testers, Perl 5 mod, Perl 6, whatever. Be a member of what, and do something. Be productive. and you can start with the low-hanging fruit. You can fix the documentation, you can do some testing, you can file bug reports, you can fix bugs. Find yourself. Make sure you can be found. Try it for yourself. Type in your name at Google or DuckDuckGo, and if you're not there, think for yourself, why would somebody be interested in hiring you? If they cannot find anything about you, you must be very special to be hired by them. And if they find you, and all they find is something bad, again, why would they be interested in hiring you? When you're at a job interview, look good, look clean, have a good mood, be friendly, make sure they have read your resume, know your own stuff. I've had people that told me stuff and I said, well, your resume says something else. No, that doesn't. Oh yes, look here. Oh shit. When you go to a company, you're supposed to know something about that company. When you go to booking and you tell them that they are doing about online sales, you can go again. Be prepared for difficult questions and prepare yourself. Look online for interview questions and know how to answer them. There's never a right answer and there's never a wrong answer, but you can make yourself look stupid. So be prepared to move to another city or country. Know your value. So if they offer you a job that you can earn 900 euros a month, don't go there. And be interesting, be friendly, be honest, and I wish you good luck. Thank you.
I'm Tajik. I'll be talking about Rakudo Brew, which is a little project of mine. So, you may have heard a lot about Perl 6 today, and you maybe have never used it before. So it's a little bit strange, this new language that you never got to try. So if you want to, I have a best way to do that. It's called, well, in case you don't know, Rakudo is actually the Perl 6 compiler. It's not called Perl 6 because there can be many compilers for Perl 6. So the one that I'm going to talk about is Rakudo. So it's probably available if you're using some flavor of Linux or Mac. It's probably in your package manager. So if you're using Ubuntu or something, you can just install it from there. But it's probably pretty dated, like 3 months old in the best case and 2 years in the worst case. And even 3 months is a pretty long time for our pace of development. So you probably, for the best experience, you want to try the newest one available. So this is also a problem for Perl 5 if you're used to using like Debian stable or something like that, or God forbid CentOS. You probably have something like Perl 5.8 in there. Yeah. So for that you have Perl Brew for Perl 5. So it lets you install Perl in your home directory, any version you want, multiple versions, switching between one another, to try different ones. And Rakudo Brew does exactly that, but for Perl 6. So it makes it very easy to install Perl 6 in your home directory, and very easy to delete it afterwards if you're not interested anymore. So it's just installable with this one simple command. It's actually free, but it looks like one. It's pretty easy to explain. You just clone it from GitHub, adjust the path so it runs, and then just build something with it like this. It takes about 5-ish minutes, maybe 10, and it's there. It makes it easy to install Panda, which is a Perl 6 for the cpan installer, because it's not shipped with the compiler itself, so you must build it separately. It takes a while, and it needs a little bit of fiddling, so Rakudo Brew does that for you as well. Just say build Panda, and it builds you Panda, and then you can install stuff with it. You can keep multiple versions, like with Perl Brew, so you can install the JVM version of March this year, then the Perl version of January last year, and then switch between one another in an easy way. It has a friendly user interface, so if you have no idea what to do, you can just type Rakudo Brew and it will tell you everything that you can do, with a clear explanation and obvious descriptions what's going on. And it's very easy to get rid of. If you decide that you don't want to look at it anymore and it takes so much space and you didn't like it, you can just remove the directory and there is no waste. So, it's Christmas delivered. This is exactly what you want. So get it today at github.com/Rakudo Brew. And if you install it in the next 5 minutes, I'm going to give you a free yearly support for that. So, make it count. Thank you. Anyway, I write games too. So go to my talk tomorrow, I'll talk more about it. Thank you.
Awesome.
And I'd like to introduce a tiny cpan module to you. Scope Guard. Those of you who are familiar with that, good for you. Those who aren't, well, please make yourself all ears to what I'm going to say. Scope Guard is an object that promises to execute certain code. Simple as that. Well, yet another try-catch, you might think. Well, not quite. It's safer and often more clean. We all know it's a classic thing, writing code, isn't it? At the company I currently work at, we actually did have a bug that made database handler would not release the connection, even though the cache statement was there, no hope. But Scope Guard came to the rescue. So I encourage you, look it up on CPAN, it's right here, and use it anytime you find yourself in big trouble. Under the hood, it's very simple. It just creates a destroy method that executes the code you pass to it when the garbage collector get its job done. Well, my job is also done here today, so garbage collector, destroy, thank you!